Let's talk about breaking free from the mindset that destroys personal finance, the mindset that destroys you having the opportunity to live your best life. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. So I don't know if you know, but we are in some crazy, crazy times. How crazy? I don't know, right? But it is nuts out here financially because people are stuck in positions where they can't afford. So I just left a store doing it, getting a few things, doing an exchange or something like that. And I bought a pair of socks. Now these socks were like, I want to say like $6 just for a pack of socks. Nothing crazy. And so what happened is I actually went home, bought them yesterday. I went home last night only to discover that there was there's like this little clip that was stuck in the socks, and I could not like use the socks because there was like this little security, like, I don't know what it is, this little security device. And I was like, oh, that's why the alarm went off. And the cashier told me I was good, but she didn't know. I didn't know. And so I went back today and I was like, yeah, it was odd because I never think about security devices being stored inside of $6 socks. And the guy said, yeah, it's actually socks and underwear. If we don't put the security device in it, they typically come up missing. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it is really a struggle out here where people are struggling to buy underwear and t-shirts and socks. And listen, I've been there where you just don't have the extra money. Well, Sean, it's $6. I know. But sometimes you're in a position where you just don't have it. And listen, I can tell you, I've been there. I can tell you I've been in situations where my daughter, excuse me, and I remember this vividly. I would get up in the morning to go to work and I'd have to take my daughter to daycare. This was some years back whenever Shania was young. And I would get up in the morning, get ready to take her to daycare so I can go to work. And I would have one Hot Pocket for the entire day. That's my whole meal for the entire day until I get paid. And I would cook it in the morning because I was so hungry. So I would eat it for breakfast. And my daughter, she would like smell it and wake up out of her sleep. And she'd be like, what is that? And I'm like, it's just a Hot Pocket. And she's like, can I have a piece? And I have to, so you know how it is when you have kids. I kind of just pass it to the back and hope something comes back. Where my parents at? Just hope something comes back. And like half the Hot Pocket would come back. And don't get me wrong, I'd be thankful for it, but I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Because I'm like, man, if I could have just gotten her to school, to daycare, she would have eaten breakfast there. But now she smells my Hot Pocket. And now half of my Hot Pocket is gone, so it's going to be a struggle day. And I had a labor job, so that really takes a lot out of you. And so I understand, how people feel right now, how people are, moving these chess pieces around the board just to be able to pay the bills on time. Or I don't know if you know, but there are more delinquent credit card payments today than ever before in history. There are more delinquencies on student loans, credit card debt, car payments, and home payments than ever before in history. And a lot of it has to do with the cost of everything going up, because if it was cheaper, I could afford it and maybe afford it on time. And listen, nothing's going to change. I just want to tell you that. I'm just keeping it real with you. I know you're not going to like this, probably the part of the video you're going to want to turn off or throw your phone at the wall, but I'm just telling you, nothing is going to change. No matter who's in the White House, they're not going to come and knock on your door and try to fix your life. That ain't how this works. Yes, it's important to vote and try to get the right candidate. Of course, there are no perfect candidates. Of course not. Wish there were, but there are none. So the majority of what's got to be done to change your life is on you. It's going to be on you. Your personal financial decision is going to determine your future. If you don't like what you see, guess what you got to do? Change some things. You got to change some things. If you don't have enough money at the end of each month, you got to get more money. You got to get more money. If you're thinking about going on vacation and swiping your credit card to do it, you don't go on vacation. You do not go on vacation. This is a poor and a middle class mindset. Well, I got to take this vacation, or I got to do this. This is my birthday. No, you don't. You don't get to do that. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't drive yourself crazy. Give yourself financial anxiety because you're not getting to do the things you want to do right now. No, that time's probably going to come later. But a lot of a lot of you are in the situation you're in because of things that you've done or didn't do in the past. And now this is where you are. I was homeless because of mistakes I made financially in the past. Right? I was homeless because I believed that my job was safe and secure. And when I lost it, I had nothing. I was homeless because the fact that I believed my job was safe and secure, I never looked for another source of income. And it left me financially strapped. I was homeless because I had a savings account. Pump the brakes on that because I know you guys are going to go nuts on that. But let me explain those three things. And that's a poor and the middle class mindset. These things destroy the poor and the middle class. Just want you to understand that the poor and the middle class do not think like the rich. Just want you to understand. Okay? Now, let me break it down. I was homeless because I had a job. I was a dealer in a blackjack. I was a blackjack dealer in a casino, and I thought the job was safe and secure. Nobody gets fired from casinos until I came along. Casinos are very strict, right? And they have point systems, and they'll lock you out. And I love the job. Is probably my most favorite job I've ever had in my life because I love the game of blackjack. I used to play it all the time, and then I got to deal it and play it. I had an awesome time. I was a great dealer. If you were a blackjack player, you came to my table, you had a great time because I was an awesome dealer. I was the kind of dealer I would give you advice. I would help you in any way I can. I'd be like, look, the table's bad right now. Just let me deal a few hands to someone else and then come back later. I was that guy. I was that dealer that was like, look, sweetheart, I'm killing you. You got to get up. Go do another table. Don't do this table. Let me shuffle. If you go away for a few minutes, I'll get to reshuffle and we'll try again. But don't sit over here doing this. Hey, you got two aces. Let's split them. You got another one. Let's split that third ace. Let's go wide. Let's see what we can do. If we win two of these, we're in business. That's the kind of deal I was, right? See, I told you I loved it. And I used to have players walk in and look at my table, and if it was full, they'd be like, oh, you're full. They'd be disappointed. They loved playing with me. I'd even put a marker down if they're playing at another table, and they'd be like, hey, I want to come back to your table, save a spot. Bet. Here's a marker. I got you. But I believed that job was safe and secure, and I believed it, to my own demise. And when I found out it wasn't safe and secure, it left me in a bad position. Because if I would have understood it was not safe and secure, I would have done something about it ahead of time. And I wouldn't have been homeless. Because believing the job was safe and secure destroyed me. Because I wasn't looking for any other ways to make money, no other opportunities. Right? I had no other source of income except that job. That destroyed me. Believing the job was safe and secure led me to believe that I only needed one source of income. And that destroyed me. And then I saved money in the bank because I know you guys are going to go, well, if you save money in the bank, Shon, you would have had a little cushion. Well, I did. That's how I know it's a bad idea. I did save a little money in the bank. You know what happened? I burned through it. Think about it. How much can the average person save? A couple grand? You pay your rent, even if it's $5,000, that might get you a month and a half. You're done. So if you're talking about, hey, you're possibly going to be out of work for 3 to 6 months, okay, who's saving $10,000 or more? Who's saving that? And sometimes $10,000 is just 2 months. The average person has less than $5,000. The majority of America has less than $5,000 in the savings account. So the savings account is not the answer. So instead of struggling to pile money in a savings account, what I should have been doing is I should have believed and understood that the job was not safe and secure, no matter how I felt about it and no matter how they felt about me. I should have understood that having one source of income was financial blasphemy and was going to leave me in financial purgatory as it did. If I would have understood that, I would have looked for another source of income while I still had a job. If I would have understood that money in a savings account is just money waiting to be spent and blown and a stash just waiting to get taken from and erased, A better idea would have been to use the money while I still had a job, while I still had a source of income, to use the money to develop another source of income. That would have been a better idea. Then when I lost my job at the casino, I would have still had cash flow coming in. Even if it was just a little, there would have still been cash flow. Because what you guys don't understand, okay, you piled $10,000 in a savings account. Life and time is going to take that away from you. If you spend all of your money out of your savings account today, how much is in there tomorrow? Nothing, because it does not replenish. Whereas if you use some of the money to develop some cash flow, a side hustle, a business, an investment, something like that, then cash flow comes consistently. So, hey, I got a middleman business. It makes, $5,000 a month. Not going to make me rich, but if I lose my job, that $5,000 is going to keep coming. Well, you never get that if you believe your job is safe and secure and you're safe, you're comfortable with one source of income. That's why I keep telling you, money is a mindset. It starts here. The people get rich in their minds first before the money comes. And if I could get you to understand that, I promise you, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. So learn how to make money when you don't need it necessarily, when you don't have to have it. It's the best time to do it because you're not under all that stress and anxiety, right? So don't trust your job as your only source of income. Don't do that. Don't trust that your job is safe and secure and somehow protect it. Not true. Don't store money in a savings account just for the sake of saving it. Life and time is going to snatch that away from you. So if you guys agree or disagree, just let me know in the comments. If you get any value from this video, smash the thumbs up and let me know. But again, the way that you are today is based on the way you think. So if you think like a poor person, you're always going to use money to pay bills. That's just the way it is. And if you think like a middle class person, you're always going to use money to buy nice things. And if you think like a rich person, your mindset is now going to go from, hey, I got to pay these bills with this extra money, or hey, I need to buy something with this extra money. I work hard, I deserve it. Take a vacation, whatever. Or it's going to go from that to, what can I do to make this money make more money? See, I told you, money is a mindset. If your mindset doesn't change, it's just going to go, hey, I got an extra $1,000. What can I buy? Now your mindset's going to go, hey, I got an extra $1,000. What can I try? And that is going to change your life. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If you guys want to learn how to start a middleman business from your phone like me, I've been doing it since 2020. That's all I do. Made 77 grand my first year. I know it's not $1 million, but I made it from my house without having to do any hard work. So if you want to learn how to book customers, take a deposit, dispatch the work, book deposit, dispatch, book deposit, dispatch, I can teach you how to do that using only your phone. Then I'll teach you how to hire a VA, a virtual assistant, who will take over the day-to-day work for you, and you won't even have to do that. So, and I'd like to get that done for everybody who's in the class in the first 90 days. Let's get you to a VA. Let's get the VA to take over your book deposit dispatch. You meet with your VA, work about 1 hour a week, meeting with them and growing your business. So if you don't have a problem making extra money using your phone, and if you don't have a problem having a bunch of financial freedom, bunch of extra money, and not having to leave your house, then you definitely want to be in that free live training. So all you have to do to get an invite is put the word middleman in the comments below, or click the link in the video description below. Let me teach you the financial freedom blueprint. I call it the middleman business because you don't actually do the work. You just find the customer, connect the customer to the business, and get paid to do it. Think of Uber. Uber's a middleman company. Uber finds someone who needs a ride. They find a driver. They connect them. Uber themselves do not drive you around. They don't own the cars. They don't own the trucks. They don't drive you around. Someone else does it. They simply connect you. They're the middleman. And there's other companies too. Craigslist, Fiverr, Google, Uber Eats, Lyft, Airbnb. These are all middleman companies, right? What does Airbnb offer you? A place to stay. But does Airbnb own the place to stay? No, they don't own it at all. Exactly. They don't do the work. When was the last time you got picked up by Lyft? Does Lyft drive you around? No. Or does someone in their car who represents Lyft drive you around? Exactly. So if you want to learn how to do that and make some extra income, put the word middleman in the comments below, or simply click the link in the video description below to get your spot. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful, blessed, and amazing day. Peace.